I think the Thursday, Saturday playing only really benefits the home teams because, I mean, that's not an easy road trip. It's nice to have the extra day for a little bit of rest and preparation, but, we'll spend 13 hours of that day traveling, so that obviously puts a challenge ahead of us as far as just travel and, being on a bus that long and stuff and getting up there late and then having to practice. But, we're just preparing the best we can ahead of time, and then we'll get up there and do what we can for our Saturday game. But right now we're just looking at our Thursday night game against San Bernardino.
Into what you're expecting from San Bernardino and Humboldt.
Well, San Bernardino, they're a really athletic team. We expect them to be on the board, similar to what we saw from Dominguez Hills. So that's an area that we need to sharpen up. And our ability to go get the rebounds, I think there was a lot of jumping battles against Dominguez for offensive boards, and they won for the most part. But we did a nice job, I thought, on our offensive boards, and crashing because we didn't shoot the ball very well. So we expect a similar type game as that. San Bernardino will be tough on defense. They'll challenge us to do things that we don't do as well and take away our strengths. So just preparing us to go in. A lot of different people are going to have to contribute. One kid's not going to be able to score. I expect it to be real physical. And then Humboldt obviously is undefeated. And their offense is what's the scariest thing. They're shooting the ball really well. They have a lot of scorers, a lot of balance, a lot of depth. So, just shoring up our man defense. It's not a team that you can really zone very effectively because their ability to shoot the three and just score. So, we're going to have to be able to play good defense and hold them to not 80 points to be able to have a chance in that game.
Talk about some of your players that are coming off the bench and getting big minutes like Kayla or Emma, and how that affects the overall play of the team.
Well, I think Kayla in particular comes off the bench for us because I think she's best suited in a six-man role because of the energy that she brings. So I think when she comes off the bench, she really brings a spark for us defensively with her intensity and her ability to get to the basket. Every player we have that goes in the game is going to be important, especially on a trip like this where you're probably going to have to play a few more kids just because of fatigue and the long trip and travel. So, Emma has been coming on better since the break. I think, she's getting a little bit more confidence. And it just helps us having another big guard to bring off the bench because she's a good rebounder. Hopefully we can knock down some more shots, and that will help, a little bit.
On a trip like this, does it help that you are able to play your entire team?
I think yeah, I think it definitely helps. Our depth and our ability to go, 12 deep is huge because I think people get tired on this road trip as far as not necessarily the home teams, but us being traveling, people's legs, sitting on a bus and flying and, traveling all over the place. So I think having the confidence in those kids to be able to come in and play minutes for us is big. So we don't have to rely on 7, 8 kids to carry 30 plus minutes, So I think that's huge, and it gets our young kids more experience.
What are you expecting from the team this weekend?
I hope to get from them what we got against Dominguez. We played 40 minutes of pretty good basketball. We obviously needed to rebound better. We didn't make as many shots as we'd like, but I thought our effort was probably the most consistent it's been all season of actually playing two halves. So just being able to string together that and have great energy, knowing that it's a challenging road trip for us, and that being on the road and on both ends of the state can be a challenge, but just to bring our energy and keep that up and put up the best fight that we can.